Hello and welcome to what should be the final Knight Rider build video. Knight Rider Season 4 by Aoshima. Finally. It's been, what, nearly a year since I've touched it. Well, not quite a year, but pretty close to it. This is like last summer, so it was the last time I think I ever touched anything with this. So what I'm doing here is I don't want to do a clear coat of this whole part here because I like the finish that it has. I have to prepare for the very few decals that are involved with this kit, and to do that what I'm doing is just painting in some future to where these decals on the dashboard are gonna go, and let it dry and come back to this in a day or so and apply the decals and then put another layer of future on top of those. So, okay, yeah, so now it's nice and smooth in there, and decal should not be a problem. So let me catch you up on what's been going on. I attached the rear spoiler. There. And I probably ought to attach the rear view mirrors while I'm at it. And I use these shiny chrome parts here for the mirrors, and I'll probably be using this GSI Krios clear parts glue. And even though it's not clear, you know, this stuff dries clear, so it should be pretty nice. I have begun the decaling. Actually, I finished the decaling. What I will need to do next is just paint over this with future here. So it's got like the speech box here. Michael, what the hell, dude? Michael. And the computers and all that. That went in just fine. The license plate is a little bit wrinkly. It's not bad, actually. You know, maybe I'll just give it a nice coating, spray it with clear, and it should be okay. I think that might be okay. Isn't that cool? It says night. That's not going to focus because I don't have an autofocusing camera, but pretty neat. Holy crap! I showed that to my wife, and she was super happy. She was excited, especially because I'm doing this for her birthday. It's in a couple days. I don't think I can finish it by then, but you know, whatever. What is next? Oh yeah, so the back side of these need to be painted like a flat black, and I've been using Tamiya flat black enamel just because it's easier to hand brush. Because of the curvature, I did not feel very comfortable with trying to mask that because it just kind of seems kind of pointless. I just did it with a steady hand, as well, at least as steady as I thought I could. And let me get some enamel paint here. Sorry, enamel paint thinner. Give this a couple of drops. I actually put too much enamel paint in there. Let me move this out of the way. I'm going to protect it. That would suck if I splashed it with enamel paint thinner. That would really shock. Alright, so and I made sure to go over this with my fingernail fairly well to make sure that there's not going to be any seepage. So it should help protect it. So I did this like several hours ago, and I'm just going to go over this again. There. That's a bit better. What else? Oh, yeah, that's right. Something else I wanted to talk about is, so people might be thinking, you know, hey, Greg, why do you use like Mark Setter and Mark Softer, but then sometimes you use Microset and Microsol? they're the same things, right? Well, okay, go ahead and laugh. Maybe this is a stupid reason, but I read somewhere that Mr. Mark Setter and Mark Softer is more designed for Japanese decals, and that the microscale, the microscale, microset, and microsol are more suitable for Western-made decals. I read that on a forum once, and so whether or not that's true or not, that just kind of became my habit. Let me know if there's any sort of substantial evidence to that at all. I'm really curious. I don't know. I don't know if it's a bunch of crap or not, but I read that once. So ever since then, it's been many years. That's what I do. So maybe this is about as good as I can get it. I can probably kind of wipe it off. Of course, I'm not going to use like Windex because that would eat away the acrylic. Because I had dipped this into Future to make it all nice and clear looking. You know what I need to do? Get my little GSI Creos paintbrush stand. So I should just place my paintbrush on there. There. See? It's pretty clever, isn't it? I think so. So, now these others, these are more straightforward. They're straight. So, I can just paint these as is, So, I just have to be careful not to touch these with my creepy, stupid hands. And I don't want to touch the wet paint with my fingers. That would not be good. So, I'm just going to go around the perimeter. And I made sure to use my fingernails on this too. It's going to be hard to see. I'll have to just lift it up when I'm done to see how well this is going to turn out. So anyhow, that's what I'm doing. I used some tape on the back window here too. So hopefully it's going to look a bit cleaner. And unfortunately, the windshield is like the most obvious, but I don't know how I could do that differently instead of doing it freehanded. The Tamiya Honda Fit that I had built years ago, it was so nice that they had window maskings. However, unfortunately, there are no window maskings on this KITT car. Now, if they could at least put like the outline of a window masking, I could just stick it onto the, I could just photocopy it and trace around onto some masking tape, because you can get like a sheet of masking tape, but they don't provide that, unfortunately. That would be pretty nice if they had done that, but oh well. The masking tape I used on this is actually, I used this Nichimo, which is pretty thin. A friend of mine told me about it, and it's super cheap. It's way cheaper than using Tamiya. So I think I might be using this quite extensively in the future. It doesn't have a neat little applicator or a dispenser like the Tamiya does, but maybe I can find something that'll fit here. I don't know. Okay, so I've squeezed some of the stuff out onto the paper here. There. Now I'm going to just kind of run along on the inside here. There. I'll get the other side here too. tweezers here. Let's put these into place. Perhaps I might need to sand a little bit. There. Okay, I guess this is good. Although I'm not satisfied, I should probably sand this a bit more. Gah. There. So when you watch my videos, you get it warts and all. I'm not going to sugarcoat the difficulties that I have. You get to see me endure the same frustrations that anybody else does. And it's still shiny. I guess it's not that bad. Let's pop this into place now, see if it'll behave better. Great. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with that. Well, I went ahead and filed the stuff some more and used Tamiya cement, and I reseated the rearview mirrors. I feel a bit more confident about those now. So, yeah, I guess I didn't need this stuff after all. I want to make sure this stuff stays inside there. The spoiler has been attached, and last you saw was I had put the rearview mirrors in, and I put the clear parts, the tinted windows, on the top and in the back window as well. So what I used was the GSI Creos, the clear parts glue, and this is more like of a jelly. You know, using microcrystal clear is nice, but this is just like kind of just like white glue. This is like jelly, so I think this might it might adhere a bit better with this stuff, I think. So I felt more comfortable using that to secure these into place. I also had to do some polishing work because I had some scratches here. I've put together the front of the car, and what I had to do was for these chrome parts, I had to glue them, and you know that worked okay. But I had to paint them flat black too, because you will see on either side is flat black. So I didn't want to paint the enamel, the flat black enamel, directly onto the chrome parts, because paint has a hard time sticking to chrome parts. So what I did was I used my file and some sandpaper and just filed it down to get rid of the chrome on either side, and then I painted on top of that. The clear parts went on top here, and it looks pretty nice. That looks really cool. So for the flip up, I had to do the same thing. I filed these, then I just hand painted them, and then I put the clear parts onto them. So these now look really cool too. For the flaps, I think some snap fit engineering could have this could have benefited from such engineering. This was really kind of tricky. It wasn't very difficult, but it took a while to do it. This kind of, you know, the way this flips up here, you have to be careful the way you glue this. Now this is like a really small part in here, And looking at the instructions, which makes it look really much bigger than it really is, you have to be really careful. So in the shaded areas is where you apply the glue. And then that plastic rod for this part here kind of goes through here. You don't want to get any glue on there. So you just have to kind of, like with pinpoint accuracy, glue these places here and then fit them together so that you know, this part goes down on top of this, and this is unhindered by glue. This is glued to here, and this just kind of is in between, sandwiched in between, and it's made to be flipped open if you want to. So that was it wasn't that frustrating because I was able to get it done, but it was a little bit tricky. So that is now complete. Okay, so I have applied this, I forget how he's called it. It's like the clear parts glue, the GSI Creos clear parts glue with a toothpick along the interior, the edges there. Now for these pegs, I'm going to use the stronger Tamiya cement, applying it generously. Now close the lid on there so I don't knock it over and spill it because I'm clumsy. Okay, so what I want to do now is place this into where it's supposed to go, having it rest on these pegs and push down into place. Okay, so now these pegs are in the place there. Make sure it looks okay from the outside. That's okay. Looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. Okay. So that seems to be okay. Good. Now let's just go ahead and put more glue on this part here. There. Now, this part here, these buttons go here. Now there's no rear view mirror, which is nice because I don't like bothering with rear view mirrors. I mean, of course I have to bother with them when I make one of these kits, model kits, but here on this car, KITT car, there is no rear view mirror because it's such a high-tech car. It has video screens and such instead. So let's just get a bunch of glue here, and this ought to fit into the pegs. Wait, I didn't do that right, did I? Gosh, this is kind of tricky. There, now it's in place. Okay. Wow, alright. So what I need to do is the lights here, and also the tail lights, and of course, actually I could do that now, I suppose. Put this license plate into place. There we go. And there we go. Fits into place. There we go. Got the license plate in place. That's pretty cool looking. Almost done. So these pieces here, I had these painted up and everything. and turns out I don't need these after all. These are, I checked the instructions because I was trying to figure out, wait, where the heck do these go? These are unnecessary. I think they go to a different, probably a different season kit, I think. So, I need to put these lights, the front headlights in, and so this is how they go here, and then they flap down. So what I need to do is, see, this is bare plastic, so there'll be no problem here, but this is chrome, and this is where I have a problem here. What I want to make sure is that this is going to stick to the plastic, and I don't trust this chrome. I don't think glue is going to stick very well to the chrome. So what I'm doing is I'm going to file this down here, and this is what I did earlier when I painted these pieces. I just filed it and then painted it. So I'm going to expose the bare plastic, and it'll also create more of a tooth, so to speak, for the plastic to melt together more efficiently. So let's get along here. Yeah. Okay, that looks nice. Let's do the other piece here. And so we're gonna, yeah, this is, wait, yeah. Make sure I'm gonna file the right piece. Yeah, it's the back side here. I need to there, get both of these. Let's get rid of this there. There. Okay. Now, so like that's the right side, this is the left side. Okay, so this is exciting. I'm almost finished. There we go. So unfortunately, you know, I'm looking over this car, and I've become a better modeler since when I first started this. You know, I began this like soon after I finished the Honda Fit, and I'm looking at things that I could have done better when I started this. So I might eventually make another one of these. If I do another one, it'll definitely be the, you know, Aoshima releases versions. They've released versions of the Knight Rider car with the light up, like the front scanner that lights up. So I would definitely make one of those if I ever revisit one of these models again. Okay. So now that is in place and secure. Let's do the other piece. Let's smear the glue on there. There. And this fits onto here. There. Okay. Now I'm going to let the glue set for a while before I attempt to put these parts into place. But there we go. Yay. Okay, let's glue this part here. There, lots of glue. And line it up with the little holes that are inside there. Carefully. Get in there. Oh, wait, okay. Wrong side. Maybe that will be be the problem. Alright. There. Oh, perfect fit. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. Now let's do the other side. Now let's have it snap down like that, maybe. Yeah. There. Okay. There. Now, what I probably should do is run a little bit of extra glue along the bottom here. There. Make sure that stays in place. Because I'm going to be lifting up, you know, with the flaps, and I need to make sure that is well secured. Maybe super glue might even be better. I don't know. I may have to resort to that. The red scanner part goes along here, and unfortunately it's not really that noticeable. Really unfortunately. I was thinking about maybe, because what I did was I painted it silver. Hopefully that might lighten it up a little bit, but you still can't really see it very well. So if there was like some sort of pattern on the outside, what I may have done is like maybe painted like a gradation of like a light orange or something or other going across to make it look like it's going like, at least in one direction, the scanner. But there's nothing really to paint because the texture is on the inside, not on the outside. So, oh well, I am just going to leave it alone. So, what I just did was I sanded off some of the paint off of here so that I can glue in the hole here. And see, this is going to fit into place just like that. So, what I should do is get my cement. Make sure that goes all the way around. And then there. I don't think anywhere else I should really bother gluing. Just these pegs here. And if I need to take it apart, maybe it'll be easier to... Well, you know, I could actually. What I should do. Yeah, that's right. And actually, I got some of that stupid powder from the wax. That polishing compound in the cracks there. Hopefully that's not going to affect anything. Okay. So, I will spread some glue along here. There. Yeah, I'm going to glue all the way around here. There. There we go. Okay. There. And I should just dab lots of excess glue here maybe. There. Okay, let's put this on. There. Cool. Very cool. Look at that. Neat. Okay. All that's left to do, to be done, is put the red parts on. Okay. So what I did with a fine-tipped paintbrush is I used some micro crystal clear here, and I painted in the little crack here. And so the front is where the amber parts go. this goes into place, hopefully, easily enough. Oh, that looks beautiful. Holy crap, that looks nice. And then let's do the other side. Okay, got some on here. And I have too much here. Hold on. There. Just need to get a bit. There we go. There. I'll just kind of spread the love in there. There we go. Now pick up another one of these amber pieces. And then the texture goes on the bottom. So the smooth is on the outside, I believe. There. So, crap. Don't want to lose a tiny piece like this. Sorry if this is out of frame, but shoot. Very nerve-wracking. Okay. Let's try this again. There. Just push it into place. There we go. Okay, I'm going to repeat the process for the back, the red ones, and I'm not going to bother recording it because you get the drift. Okay, my lovelies, I had a bit of a problem here. I had to work this off, the front part here, and I had to re-glue this because this busted. The problem is that what I tried doing was pushing up from here, from the bottom, with this thingy here. Now, that's not really what you should do. I think what you need to do is kind of help it, kind of work it out. If you can kind of pull it forward and then push up, that is how it should probably be pulled up. Because I think what happened with me was that the back part was kind of pushing against the hood of the car, and it didn't want to cooperate, and then oopsie, I broke the model. Fortunately, that wasn't that too bad of a problem. The part glued back together. So actually, I mean, this is like, it's not that stiff, so it really ought to work just fine, typically. Now the problem is that I'll line this up a little bit better. There. Yeah, the problem is just you just don't want to force it, I guess, because when it was, you know, like here, it was trying to push up, but it didn't have enough space. So maybe do a test fit. Learn from my mistakes. Do kind of a test fit when you put this back together. I mean, when you assemble this for the first time, so that you don't have to put it back together. So, although with the front part missing, though, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hard to do that. It's kind of hard to pull it out with when the front part is in place. I don't know if I should just leave it unglued, but I don't think it's going to work very well. I don't know. Some drama unfolded just now. I wanted to paint like some flat black right here and also right here. And so in order to do that, since I already had this off, I kind of popped it off. And it came off pretty easily, but one of these clear pieces kind of like just flung onto the floor. And I could not find it for quite a while. I was just really getting stressed out. I'm like, Klingon bastards killed my son! But I finally found it, so now this is actually looking a lot better now. Doesn't that look pretty cool? It adds a lot more to it. I didn't notice this until, you know, when it's talking about painting these, in the beginning of the instructions, like the first page or so, is it? It says to, yeah, right here, to paint in the middle, between the lamps, the flat black. So, yeah. Anyhow, it's in place now. So, yeah. The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace. I think I'm going to keep this front part unglued. It kind of holds in place. If I can hold, if you know, because because it can stay in place, it'll hold. I'm just going to leave it as is, and that way it'll be easier to take it off, and then I can flip the lights up. That might be a lot better thing to do. Yeah. Well, I suppose I am finished with construction. Let's go ahead and put this together here. So, this catches on to the back here somehow. This may be tricky, I don't know. And it looks like it's gonna try to rub against the sides here. Let me, I don't want to put too much pressure on the wheels, you know. So it says to do the back first. So I see there's a couple of little ledges there, there. This might not get in frame though, so I apologize, but I want to make sure this thing fits okay. So the instructions say to do this and put it in the back first and then do the front. Now there's this, in the front there's these little teeth here, and then there's some corresponding grooves. Oh boy. Yeah, I can get this out of the way. Get a far away shot going here. My tripod. There. Okay, so. I hope this won't be frustrating. Okay. You know, I don't care if that front part falls off. I just don't care. Actually, it might be easier to see this going in there. Okay. Fit around there, please. Okay. There. And then wait, it's not lined up here. Okay. That's maybe a bit better. Now, let's try to snap that into position. Oh yes. And lastly, let's put the front part of the car on. And wow, there we go. My wife's gonna be happy when she gets home from work. Yay. So it's a few days after her birthday. But yeah, she should be happy. So this is really cool though. I like the red and the amber lights on the side. Those turned out really nice looking. Let's look at the back here. I love the license plate. That is just that, and the out of time license plate with the DeLorean. You know, those are two of the most classic license plates. That is just really cool. So now you can see here how awesome this looks here. There's like the clear and then the red for the tail lights. That's really super nice. Now there's a bit of wear and tear on the finish, unfortunately, just from handling this, trying to get this to work right. Let me take this off and see about raising these up. And then let's put this back into position. So now this is a little bit floppy here, unfortunately. It's not nice. I did not expect that to happen. But now it's, you know, there. Get the headlights flipped up there. That's pretty cool. I'm going to keep it in the down position though, for sure. But that is pretty freaking cool, huh? Michael. Very, very badass. Delicious. Okay, so what I might want to do is kind of polish this a little bit more. And to get some of these, a little bit of the wear and tear out of the way to make it a little bit more presentable. But as you can see inside there, let's I'm going to unscrew this from the tripod here. There. There's the interior. That looks beautiful. Nice gloss. You can see the shine. My finger and the cutting mat. And the camera. It's just a nice mirror shine. It's not blemish free, but you know, as you can, if I move it, you can see some of the scratch marks might catch the light in different ways. One of the things to live and learn was I did a lot of the polishing at my in-laws' place, you know, several months ago in a previous video, and that was maybe not a good idea because I didn't have like I couldn't find toothpicks at their place. They don't have any toothpicks, and just I believe I did not have these really fine tipped Tamiya cotton swabs to get rid of some of the excess. So unfortunately, some of it dried, and it's kind of whitened it a little bit. And I've tried to remove that as much as I can, but unfortunately, that wasn't a good idea. Another thing is I should have gone ahead and done a future coat after polishing, then do the wax. So I did a wax first, and then after that, you know, it's too late to do a coat of future because the wax is, you know, the future's just gonna beat up, and it's not gonna put down a coat. So yeah, I got some unfortunate fingerprints on the windshield there, but you can see inside there. Holy crap. Of course, there's going to be people who are more skilled at model building, and you know, who knows, they might be able to make these things flip up on a motor and all that, and you know, whatever. If I was to do this again, I might go with season 1. This part here, I mean, I got it to stay on okay, but I kind of like having a solid roof instead of this, you know, this sunroof. It looks cool, but I think a more skilled modeler could have made that look better. See, now, you can see some of that the gunk there, from fingerprints or whatever. See, it's coming off with my finger, so that's why I'm just gonna kind of lightly polish it and see if I can get it to be a little bit smoother. So, holy crap, this is really fun. It's taken me 3 years. And as I believe I mentioned before, you know, there's some ways that I know I could have done this better, like that little stripe inside there. I could have tried to mask that off a little bit better and hand painted that with the black enamel in there. So as it is, it doesn't look quite as nice as as I might be able to do it now. But you know, I just decided to just go ahead and leave this as is. If I try to redo that, something might happen, and you know, I just don't. You know, the risk benefit analysis in my mind just wasn't worth it. So this is really, really freaking cool. So, oh gosh. So, I'm nerding out here. So, the wheels, again, move. That is so badass delicious. That is so great. That is so cool. So, very, very nice. Now, there's actually another one with the pursuit mode, with all the popped up stuff, you know, and gosh, that was just really awesome when I was a kid. I mean, it's gimmicky now that I look back at it, but with like the spoiler popped up with like the turbo stuff exposed, and I think like something along here pops up, and it's got like these little fins that pop out of the sides and such. Don't know if that kind of thing would actually make a car like this go faster, but it just looks cool when I was a kid. But they would always show like one piece at a time popping out. They never showed like from the distance like the whole car just, you know, transforming. But there is a model kit of that. Maybe that might be interesting to explore. Perhaps it'll probably be the same sunroof though, if I remember right. Yeah, I think these actually will retract too, if I remember right, because there was that episode that introduced I think it was like the first season 4, the first episode of season 4, and like the girls were kind of like sitting on top here, hanging out of the car. Anyhow, it's been a while since I've seen this show. The most recently I saw was the season 1, and that was, gosh, like probably close to 10 years ago. I borrowed my friend's DVD box set. So anyhow, I'm going to polish this up and do a little slideshow for you. So this has been an enjoyable and very frustrating build. I really, really appreciate my friend in America for sending me that Don Yost video on doing enamel paint jobs on model cars. So Joey, if you're watching, thank you so much for sending that to me. That was really, really nice of you to mail that to me. So as you can see, this is just a really nice shine. Again, it's not perfect, but it looks pretty darn nice. And this is the enamel gloss black mirror that I was looking for when I first had the idea of putting this model together 3 years ago. My wife has been very patient, so I guess I'll thank her for her patience, because you know that's one of the things we had in common, was that we both loved watching Knight Rider. Of course, she had hers. It was dubbed in Japanese when she was growing up in elementary school, but she really loved watching Knight Rider when she was a little girl. So yeah, this show, you know, both of us as elementary kids in the 80s, we were both watching the show in different parts of the world, and it's kind of cool when you think about it. So let me see if I can get a better look here. You can see the red thing. I definitely, if I do another of these, I'm definitely going to get the light up version, and my wife would really, really flip out over that, I'm sure. The black stripes to separate those lamps, that is a nice touch. So the chrome parts, I left those alone. I think they look fine the way they are. They don't look cheap and plasticky. You know, the flat black came out pretty nice on the bottom. I can see like a couple little places that are not so nice, but for the most part, this is a really, really cool model. So, hey Ulan, come here. Come here. Ujan. Ulan, look. I finished the car. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? And look at this. Look at this. See, it moves. Isn't that great? Do you like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think Mama's going to be happy when she gets home? Yeah. That's cool.
Maybe Mama. Mama said, oh my gosh, I did this thing, blah, blah, blah.
I think so. She's gonna say, oh my gosh, that's so great. You're the best husband ever. Lol. So there's this one part of the car I totally forgot. It's this back part here. This needs to go on. It's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to have this on there. So let me attach that right now. Oh no. Tee-hee-hee. Okay, so now it's in place. It's kind of weird though, because it completely obscures the details there. But anyhow, it is finished, so thank you for watching, and let's begin the slideshow. Yay.
Knight Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. Michael Knight, the unknown on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of spank-away Nazi bad criminals who operate above the law.
Michael.